here's what I've uncovered.
Today I'm diving into doubt. Now, I had no idea in my entire 23 years of existing that doubt was an emotion. My first encounter with doubt was when I uncovered that it was something that you should avoid. So my parents or my mom or a role model would say to me, don't doubt yourself, you can do this. And it just meant, don't think that you're not enough or you're not able to do this. When I first uncovered that doubt was an emotion, I was so confused. I had to Google, I had to check on multiple times, is doubt really an emotion? Because nobody ever shares the truth about these experiences that we have, or these words, these different ideologies and terms. So yes, doubt is an emotion, and with emotions, what does that tell you? That you can walk with doubt. So first of all, I had to even go back to this prior knowledge or understanding that I had about doubt. I remember when I'm just going to tell you a story about this doubt thing. It's a story about where doubt almost overtook me. Like, I did not know how to move through doubt, and this was actually the first moment I understood or Googled the true, definition of doubt, or true meaning of doubt, or what doubt truly expresses when we experience it. So I'm at this event. It's like a business mixer, and I'm in the garage or in the car park. Way upstairs in this car park, is dark, and I'm really hyperventilating because during this event I was really so stressed. I was really so shy. I was really so insecure, basically, about everything. So I have not been working for the past, would I say, 3 months plus. And I was going into a business mixer with people from all over the world. It was a global business mixer. And a few days before this mixer, I was talking to myself. I was like, asking ChatGPT and Google, what do I say that I am? You have to hand out business cards, as they say. People need to know what you do. How would you go into conversation when someone asks, what do? You need to, quote unquote, prove, your capacity. And I, prior to this particular event, had been questioning what I was good at. Like, I was literally down in the dumps. So this event comes and I'm completely shaken about everything. And so I'm not meeting with anybody. I'm hyperventilating on my seat, talking to people. And so I just say, you know what, I have to leave. Like, when I was feeling those emotions, right, I was like, okay, what am I feeling? Because I was just feeling overwhelmed, sort of. And I had to sit down for a bit and ask myself, put my hand on my chest. I was like, what is this feeling? This hesitation to speak, this hesitation to trust myself, and then I uncovered that I'm feeling doubt. So I'm like, excuse me, I have to go and rest. Like, I'm not feeling okay. And because I have walked with myself for a very long time to uncover that I know how to transmute my states of mind to be more in control and to actually achieve the state of mind that I really want to. Like, right now I'm hyperventilating, but I actually want to be calm. I want to talk to people, because prior to this business mixer, that is how I've been. This is how people in that mixer, because it's not the first one, it's like a second version of this mixer that I've been to, that people know the type of person that I am: confident, outgoing, very happy, jovial. And that's not who I was in this event. So I was like, okay, I'm used to walking with myself. I know how to walk with my emotions. Let me go back to this garage. So we're back at this garage, and I'm just talking to myself. I'm pacing up and I'm like, what exactly is this feeling? What exactly is doubt? I ask myself, what exactly am I listening to? What exactly is playing? What is this record that this doubt is saying? And I feel like it's not good enough. I feel like I'm not good enough. And I'm like, what? So, like I said, I've walked with a lot of emotions, and I've also gotten to a point where I know my worth is inherent. So when I hear statements like, I'm not good enough within myself, I'm like, this has to go, because this is absolutely, completely trash, right? Because I know that I know that I am good enough. I've worked with the emotion that carries that message, and I know if I'm feeling that way, how to reverse it. I know how to turn shame into confidence or truth, So I'm like, in that moment, that is not true. And so I ask myself, what exactly does doubt say? Because I know that doubt is definitely saying something that is not aligned with what I'm actually telling myself, right? What is actually causing me to hyperventilate and distrust myself and go into panic with everyone that I'm communicating with and interacting with. So I googled out, and what came up really like blew my mind in that moment. I felt so much relief. I felt so much joy because now I know what the issue or what the challenge, what the pitch truly was in that moment. So what is doubt? What is the message of doubt? Basically, what does this emotion carry forth when it rises up? Doubt basically says you are uncertain of a truth. And I'm going to say this again. Doubt doesn't say shame yourself. Doubt doesn't say you're not enough. It says you are uncertain of something within you, of your quality. You are certain of a decision. You are uncertain of an aspect of truth. And I sit with it and I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. What am I uncertain of? Boom. I've become realigned. Do you see how that shifted from subconsciously just panicking because I don't even know what I'm thinking about, I don't know what is going on, to now leading with curiosity, now choosing what it is that I want to express because I know the truth about this emotion. I know this truth about this doubt, so now I can move forward with it. I can move into a whole new world. I can move into certainty. This is basically why it's so important to know the truth about our emotions. This is why we shouldn't avoid our emotions. This is why emotions are quality or messages or whatever it is, we can term it. So I was trying to figure it out. Maybe is it this? Is it that? And as I'm calling things out, I've already built some sort of subconscious understanding of who I am, that it's like automatically coming with answers at every single thing that I was uncertain of. And I was telling myself, even if you don't know this yet, this is who you are. This is what you've been able to achieve. This is what you can do. And I'm pumped back up again. But just moving through that doubt, I was able to feel confident again, to go out back there, to start talking with people. I started shaking hands. I started blowing kisses. I was dancing because there was a country music playing. I was having a good time. I was back to being the jovial, beautiful self that I know I am, that I know that we all are, right? Even if it's not that we're talking to everybody or talking to multiple people, but you are confident in yourself. And that is basically what this journey towards reconnecting with yourself, self-awareness, self-understanding, walking with your emotions, feeling your feelings, feeling your experiences, and gaining insights to move forward into the life, into the expressions, into the abundance that you want to fully embody at all times in your life. And that is truly self-power, right? Where you go back to yourself, you sit with yourself, and you're able to uncover what is holding you back, and you move through it, and you are in control. And most importantly, you are aligned. So thank you for listening to this episode and coming on this journey of self-doubt with me. I'm still uncovering a lot about this emotion, but I do hope it has rewired your mind and has made you understand. Feel your feelings, gain awareness of what it is you are feeling. Even if you have no name for it, you sit down and you ask yourself, but sometimes knowing the names of these emotions, being able to call forth what it is you are experiencing, and then transmute it, because without awareness, you can't go into alchemy, you can't alchemize your experience to create the life that you desire. And that is really what understanding yourself, becoming self-aware, understanding your emotions, walking with your emotions, releasing conditionings, because this movement that I went from and into was from a conditioning of what I had experienced doubt to be, what I had experienced or familiarized myself with what an emotion seemed like to what it actually is. So from conditioning into truth. I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for sitting with me. And if you are interested in learning more about my self-validation technique, make sure you subscribe. Alright guys, see you in the next one.